with a few introduction, and in next class we move into the algorithms and other stuff. Okay. So start off with encryption techniques of cryptography. So all started with the need of human beings alone. So in the ages of human beings evolution, there came a need for two inherent needs. The first one is nothing but to communicate and share information. When human civilization started to evolve, they need some source or some method to communicate among themselves. So there came the existence of languages, right? So once the language came into existence, those people can able to communicate to everyone in their group, and they can able to share the information very easily. Then come the second need, that is they want to communicate selectively. Like for example, if you have a group of members, like if you consider our class, nearly we have 65 members registered here. So suppose there are five close friends and they want to communicate among themselves during the class hours also, then they need some method or secrecy to communicate them. So only those particular group can alone able to understand. So these to communicate selectively, this need gave rise to introduction of secrecy in the message. Right. So these two needs, okay, that is they want to communicate as well as they want to communicate selectively, okay, gave the rise of art of coding the message. So that is they want to code in the sense they want to introduce some secrecy in the message. So this art and science of concealing the messages to introduce secrecy in sharing the information is recognized as cryptography. That is how that is the art or science, whatever you call. So whenever you are using math or anything comes into picture science, so they without math also you can able to perform your cryptographic techniques. And so the art and science of concealing the message, that is message has to be concealed in a secret manner so that the information security has to be maintained. This art is called as a cryptography. Right. So the word cryptography came from a Greek word called two words called crypto, which means hidden, and graphene means writing. So if you're able to hide and write something, it is called as cryptography. So from there, the terminology came as cryptography. Right. So if you see the history of cryptography, it started evolving along with the art of writing. When people started to communicate among themselves, they need went for evolution. There is a continuous evolution of cryptography also happened along with the development of human civilization. So if you trace back some of the breakthrough techniques in cryptography, it can be found in Roman and Egyptian civilization. Okay. So Roman and Egyptian civilization had a huge root of cryptography in them. Right. So I hope you people are clear with what is cryptography. Uh, I hope if you're clear with what do you mean by cryptography definition, can you raise your hands? I hope I'm audible. Okay. Am I boring? Okay. So how many of you have seen a movie called Imitation Game? There's a movie called Imitation Game. Have you seen the movie called Imitation Game? Can you raise your hands for this at least? People who saw Imitation Game. Only few. And if you go with the Hollywood movies, na, nearly more than 20 plus movies are there with cryptography as a plot. One of the interesting movie is Imitation Game, where they discuss about a life history of Alan Turing, okay, and how he played a major role in breaking one of the cryptographic. We can't even call it a technique. It is an electromechanical device. It's used to send the data. So if for time permits, blindly watch that movie. It will be a very interesting one. This is also cryptography based movie. So one of the oldest cryptographic technique, if you take in the history of cryptography, is called hieroglyph, okay, which is known as one of the oldest cryptographic technique used by Egyptian nearly 4,000 years ago. So here, what is a code in the sense they use certain images like this, which is known only to the elite people or royals belonging to the king's family alone can able to understand this hieroglyph. So they create like a separate language among the Egyptians itself, so that the any messages which has to be sent from kings to the royal people or anything, they'll use this hieroglyph as a way of encryption of, I mean, way of communicating the data. This is traced for nearly 4,000 years ago and found to be one of the first evidence of cryptography. Okay. Even there's a movie where you can able to see this hieroglyph. How many of you have seen a movie called Alien vs Predator? First version, Alien vs Predator. Roughly it came in the year of 2009, I think so. Alien vs Predator. How many of you seen? Can you raise hands? Only Shane, Iron Singer, two people. Okay. And here, if you see at one place, nearly after the intro scene, the person is going to explain the entire story of this alien versus predator. He'll be reading an encryption, okay, over the wall, and he'll mention this. It is written in hieroglyph. You just watch once more, you can able to hear the word hieroglyph, where he'll be mentioning the entire data has been written in hieroglyph. Then came introduction of languages, okay, where each language has their own alphabets, everything. So once these languages came and alphabets came into existence, one of the breakthrough technique in history of cryptography is a mono-alphabetic substitution cipher. That is, they're going to substitute each and every alphabet in the message with some other alphabet. That is called as a mono-alphabetic substitution cipher, which was there in the usage during the period of 500 to 600 BC. So this is ultimately involvement of replacing the alphabet of message with other alphabet by having some secret rule. This is the important point here. Because if you see hieroglyphs, there's no rules and all. They have a separate set of encryptions or separate set of signs or symbols to represent. Whereas here they'll be using the same alphabet, but they'll be using some secret rule to change the alphabets on the message. Okay, this secret rule can be called as a key of that encryption technique. So this key will be used to retrieve the message back from the garbled message. The first person to use this technique is Caesar. So the first monoalphabetic cipher is called as Caesar shift cipher. So what he has done in the sense he will be shifting the letters of the message by a certain number. Mostly he will use 3 as his common choice. Okay, if you take Caesar's shift cipher. So the recipient what he will do in sense he will be after receiving the message he will shift the letters back by the same numbers to obtain the original message. For example, you can able to see, so if I assume this is a message like attack at dawn, can able to see attack at dawn. And here the key is 2. You can able to call this number 2 as a key or a secret root. Whatever you want to say, you can say key or secret root. So for encryption, we will be calling this process encryption using the key called 2. So if you take ABCDs, you'll be having A, B, C, F, G, and goes on. So you have A, and each letter is going to be shifted with 2 letters. So 1, 2, right? So A will be replaced with C. A will see here, and T will be replaced with B. Again, A is replaced with C, and if you take C, it is replaced with 2 shifts, 1, 2, E, right? And it goes on. So at the receiving end, what the receiver will do in the sense, he will be shifting them into back. For example, I received this one CVV CE MCV. Okay, for example, you want to retrieve the message of C, he has to retrieve, pull backwards. So he'll be getting the value of A here. So if he got F, he has to move 2 shift backwards. So he'll be getting the value of D here. Right. And this is how your Caesar shift cipher works. Am I clear, guys? Photography. If the basic Caesar cipher is clear, can you raise hands? So then came a technique called steganography. We won't be discussing steganography. It is like a sister branch of cryptography. So what they're going to do in the sense, if you take present day scenarios, you can able to have data in different formats. Like you can able to have them in text, right? You can able to have them in image. You can able to have them in video, or even you can able to have an audio. Nowadays, there are people are using noise signals also to send the data. So these are different formats of data can be sent. So what they will do is they will try to hide one format of message in some other format. For example, text into image or text into video or anything. Or they can able to hide an audio inside a video or image. They can able to do. For example, this is how a steganography file will look like. Both will look same. It will look like some person's picture. That's all. But here they would have hidden the data like this. Attack the hill at GR3614. How they will usually go with, they'll go with the image processing. That is, they'll be converting the image into grayscale. Right. So grayscale means all the values will be from 0 to 255. And they can able to convert these alphabets into respective ASCII values or conventional numbers, whatever they prefer, and they can able to hide in the particular positions. Okay. On the retrieval, the key is nothing but the receiver will know where are the data should be present. So you have to check certain pixels there alone, and you can able to get the data back. So this is how a steganography works out. Right. So if you see evolution of cryptography, okay, most of the, during the Roman and Egyptian period, they have a historical classical encryption techniques came into existence. But most development, that is a huge peak in development of cryptography, happened during the period of World War One and World War Two. So World War One gave a European Renaissance. Then Italian states started to develop more cryptographic techniques. One of the famous technique called Wigner coding came in the period of 15th century. And during the 19th century, which is the most important period, golden period of science, you can able to see. Actually, World War II helped the science to evolve very rapidly. Okay, there, they started to give more techniques, that is, more mathematical part came into existence in evolution of cryptography, as well as some mechanical and electromechanical devices are also been found to perform this um, cryptographic technique. One of the famous things is called Enigma Rota machine. As I said, people have not watched Imitation Game. Kindly watch. Okay, it will be very interesting regarding this Enigma Rota machine. We'll be having a discussion on this module also. And during World War II, cryptography also came. Then another terminology came into existence called cryptanalysis, which we'll discuss in the next class, as well as the extensive use of mathematics came into picture after World War II. Now, to make your algorithm or technique more robust, people started to introduce mathematical formulations inside the techniques. Right. So then if you move on to modern day cryptography, okay, as I said, the modern day cryptography, everything will be in ones and zeros. No, irrespective of your languages or whatever the method, everything will be in terms of bits, right? All the computers will be using bits. So entire thing will be ones and zeros. And here we will be using the mathematics, especially your number theory, computation complexity theory, and probability theory. These three techniques form the backbone of modern cryptographic technique. If you want to compare this classical cryptographic technique with modern cryptography technique. So classical cryptography technique will be dealing with the alphabets or letters of a particular language along with the digits directly. Whereas in modern day, we'll be dealing with only binary bit sequence. Right. And if you go for classical cryptographic technique, okay, there the keys will be very weak, less math will be used here. Okay. So the entire system has to be secure while performing the communication. Whereas here we'll be having more math, so making the system more robust for attackers and highly computationally difficult algorithms will be there to trace back. So without, and there is in the absence of a secret key, we can't able to use that algorithm. So here the keys alone will be kept secret. Okay. You can able to see here the confidentiality has to be maintained for the entire crypto system. There is what is the algorithm you're going to use, what is the rule you're going to be used. Everything has to be kept very secret in classical cryptographic technique. Whereas in modern cryptographic technique, they'll be preserving the secret key alone. Okay, even everyone, the public will know what is the cryptographic technique you're going to use. But simply speaking, they will hide the key alone. Without the key, even if you know the algorithm, there is no use of retrieving the data. It is a major difference between classical and modern cryptography. Okay. With this, we'll wrap up today's session. So, anyone have any doubt in this space session or anything, you're most welcome to share.
So what